Hello, everybody, and welcome to another chess opening lines. And today we're going to explain four opening lines that are relatively unknown. And, they've been seen over the board, of course, pretty much by top players, I'm sure, who have played thousands of games, including myself. But without further ado, let's get started. So we have the Clements opening, which is simply H3. This is the Clements opening. There's not really another part of the book. There's usually transpositions that end up going into another type of opening, usually after maybe potentially E5, knight C3. You can transpose into a different type of opening or something like that for white. Next, we have the global opening, which is H3, E5, and A3. This is the global opening, very similar, trying to give black central control so white can go ahead and play as a response to whatever black does. This opening really shouldn't be considered much. Maybe top grandmasters such as Hikaru Nakamura could pioneer some interesting opening lines, being able to play this. But of course, the Blanc Cloud might even be more formidable of a opening, at least being able to get piece activity uh, early in on the game, rather than making some waiting moves, of course. So there you have it. Basically, the two shortest openings. We next have the Amar opening or the Paris opening, which is simply knight to h3. Um, this opening, of course, doesn't really have a lot of respect except for the Amar Gambit, which has probably is lesser known than what some people think. But really, what happens is with the move, the Amar Gambit, the Paris opening really shines as far as being able to give white some type of compensation for the knight being on h3. With the move d5, we'll go over g3, um, e5, and then the move f4. So this is the Amar Gambit, um, which play should continue as far as potentially bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, and then pawn takes f. Now note there's a trap here that white can't simply take the pawn back. Typically the best move is going to be the castles. The main reason why white can't take the pawn is because black is going to deliver a nasty check on h4 if white takes the pawn. So there you have it. Four different new opening lines that you can add to your repertoire. As far as that goes, this is the only opening that I found was pretty obscure that was good enough to uh, add to an opening line repertoire, because after castles, it's almost like playing a King's Gambit style. Pawn takes G, H takes G, and you have this open file gearing down on the king side. So it's almost like playing a King's Gambit, not really, but you could probably see something like Queen to D6, going after the pawn, um, which is equality. Gives up the advantage for black, but it's a little dubious. But having white being able to respond to this with a computer move suggesting rook to f3, giving the slight edge. Um, I don't think white would be able to find that move over the board, and potentially they could in a longer game, but probably something like king to g2 would be debated into being played, um, with black having still ample compensation with his pawn. So thanks so much for viewing. Um, I greatly appreciate the viewership that I've gotten so far over these chess opening lines. I've been ecstatic to see what y'all would want to see more of. I haven't got any comments yet, or I haven't reviewed any comments yet. I haven't got any notifications, at least, that somebody, go over the King's Indian. We'll get there eventually. Um, right now, I'm going in what I consider order, and of opening lines through my own order, and definitely going to see some good, Queen's Gambit decline, King's Gambit accepted type of openings that we'll see over the board. That's usually played over the board a lot. So, like I said, thanks so much for viewing. I hope you have a wonderful day. Go ahead and like if you enjoyed the video and you are going to use these openings in your own repertoire. Have a good one.